All right, legends, a word from today's sponsors before we kick off the podcast. Are you looking for a tray or canopy? Today we have LJ Fab based out of Chinchillies doing custom ute and tray canopies, shipping Australia-wide. If you're looking for your next steel or aluminium custom tray for your rig, make sure you get in contact with the team over at LJ Fab. Their work is second to none and can't be beaten. They're now taking orders from June onwards, so getting quick, spots are filling fast. Let them know the Hey Big Mac podcast has sent you. Thanks, guys. Next is Hamptons Media Services. Are you chasing professional photography, videography between Gold Coast and Bundaberg? Well, logo designs like the same you see from all the Hey Big Mac accounts. They can bring your profiles back to life with new professional look, so go check them out and let them know Hey Big Mac has sent you. Thanks, guys, and on to today's episode. Cheers. How's it going, legends, and welcome back to another episode. I think this might actually be episode 5. I might have made a screw up and done 2 episodes today and both called them episode 5, but I believe this one will be out before then due to some other reasons. But yeah, so welcome back, everyone. I want to take the chance, as always, to kick off the episode and say thank you to everyone, especially the sponsors, which you would have just heard the ad read of, but everyone that's jumping on every single week, sharing, sending me photos, videos, everything of supporting the podcast, listening to it. I appreciate it so much. Like, it goes such a long way. So no, I really love that everyone's getting behind the podcast, something new, and it's me stepping out of my comfort zone to give something a crack that I don't think really anyone's doing in the industry. So no, I'm looking really forward to what the future holds. There's a couple of really good guests lined up that you're going to find about soon. So yeah, we're going to really kick things off and get it going, get some video stuff going for YouTube, some clips, everything like that. So we'll see where that takes us. For call-ins, we're going to start working on all the call-ins very shortly. So not sure exactly how I'm going to do it yet, whether there's a way, because I don't really want to go and get another phone and phone number and all that sort of stuff to do voicemail call-ins, but I'm thinking if I set up a email that everyone can email in a voice clip of, it could be a joke, a story, everything like that from a trip they're doing, maybe even on subjects and stuff like that, their experience, and yeah, just have a yarn and maybe eventually work into probably a few of the boys I might get to call in remotely and see if we can work out a couple episodes that way, just try them off at the start. And I think that'd be a good idea to get to like remote-based people on, people out of state that aren't obviously local to where I am at the time of doing podcasts and where I'm traveling. So it's just one of those things. If you want to see the call-ins happen, you got to let us know on the socials and the comment sections, because if you're not telling us, we don't know. We can't hear it. So we drop them in the video below, or message the podcast page on Instagram, and that's probably the best form of content and connection anywhere podcast related. So I just sort of thought run a another solo episode. It's probably going to be a shorter one again, but just to see, I don't know, bring a few things up and go with it. So this week I got another bunch of questions sort of sent in, like topics, all that sort of stuff. So I'll run through them. Actually this week was a bit all over the place. I got a very wide variety of just everything sent in this week. There's a bit of freestyle motocross, boxing, bit of stuff that I've done, stuff that people have seen on YouTube they wanted me thoughts on to talk about. So I suppose I'll just get into a little bit of the list of it. And the first one was the AI bot. Now, everyone that's sort of on Snapchat has seen the AI bot, and I don't know what everyone thinks of having an AI bot on their phone, but it could be good, it could be bad. But I'll tell you what, that little bloody bastard, it's handy. You jump on there, you ask him about a weird question or something, he'll give you an answer straight away. Mate, I was cooking in the kitchen the other night, and I said, how the hell do you make spaghetti bolognese? Bang, like that, I had it sorted. And I sort of already knew how to make spaghetti bolognese, but just think about what you could actually do with it. And it's kind of freaky at the same time. So I know all this AI stuff, listening in on everyone, every conversation, all the questions, all the weird stuff. Like people are writing up whole resumes and like exams and tests and like basically a book. I don't know. It's AI's gone a long way, and it's probably only going to get better. Like there's people out there doing videos and I don't know podcasts and stuff like that are fully AI generated. Like they could sound like myself and still be an AI bot. So I don't know, kind of freaky where AI's heading. But part on the other list, a few people wanted to know if you're on the socials, you'd see that at the moment I'm actually not plastering. And so there's a few reasons behind that. Not really ready to go into all the details, but basically just getting over plastering and dealing with a lot of shit that wasn't headspace good. So no, the noise was getting to me. I was sick of working all week, just calling, chasing money, all this sort of shit. And yeah, so I don't know what the bloody dogs were going off about then, but yeah, so just, yeah, decided to park up the books, drop the trailer off and sort of give plastering a miss at the moment. And yeah, it's a big hit because 5 years of sort of running my own gig, I just gotten over it, don't want to do it anymore. So no, fortunately last week I had one of my now really good mates, Jake, he's hit me up, just give me a little bit of labour work, and yeah, we've been running on the fence line and building fences. So something a little bit different that I know I'm looking forward to getting back into, and just I want to go to work and I want to work. I don't want to be dealing with the bullshit. So I'm happy about doing that and changing up. And if any of the other boys are out there that do need a hand labour, and I'm going to be first to put my hand up because I was sort of getting a bit over the same career, like 10 years now of plastering since I started my apprenticeship, and yeah, something needed a change, and I'm happy about it. So yeah, it's anything else that's sort of happened for me right now is we've sort of been moving a little bit, just things around home. One of the sheds sold, so parents are building and doing all that. So yeah, I'm moving at the moment, so it's been a bit all over the place. So I've got crap everywhere, but oh well, that's part of the life. Stuff with social media, I suppose I go into that. That's why you're all here anyway. Got the dog sitting here with me, so. But social media, it's been a little bit slow lately, guys. Just having fun with mates, really. Not trying to push too much content at the moment, but I'm chasing and planning a few big trips at the moment, and that's sort of where my focus is going to. I want to sort of put the ute down the sidelines for a bit and just work on it. It needs a lot of love at the moment, so I want to clean up the tray and just pull all the hubs and everything apart, all the swivel hubs, and just clean everything right out, ready to go. Want to do a little bit of work to it, try and get a snorkel, new set of tyres, all that sort of stuff on there, wheels. And yeah, just give it the love it needs. It's 2 years old, so yeah. Pretty much everything online that everyone's saying, like loving the podcast sort of feedback. So I've been really knuckling down on the podcast at the moment. So the main page has been getting a bit of a sort of a hold up, really. Like I've dropped back on posting a bit, so it's been a bit more enjoyable. But yeah, just see where that goes and yeah, run with it. Pretty keen on a few things coming up with the boys. You'll probably hear in the next episode with one of the guys that I've just had on today. Go into that. Probably bang through the next couple of questions pretty quickly. The world's youngest motorbike backflip done by a 9-year-old kid. I watched a video on it with Buttery Films over in the States. I thought it's pretty bloody wild to see where kids are going these days, and a 9-year-old kid on a motorbike doing backflips. Like I remember when I was 9, 10 years old, riding around bikes and whatnot. Like I was no chance of doing a backflip on a bike, and to see what's happening these days with kids on motorbikes is bloody insane. So yeah, for a new record holder, pretty much for youngest person on a dirt bike to ever do a backflip, it's bloody impressive. So Next one was over the weekend. Everyone would have seen Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Davis. I didn't actually get to watch the fight, but geez, I saw a few highlights and holy hell. It's interesting to see that after like Ryan's last fight that I seen against Luke Campbell, he took him out with a body shot and dropped him. It was nearly mirror image that, Gervonta got Ryan with a really nice leather shot and it dropped him. And I don't know if anyone's ever been hit really hard in the liver, but it just stuns you. And if it's right, it'll drop you. You can't do anything. So I didn't see any excuses out of Ryan. So he's a good sporter. That like I love watching Ryan fight. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how he comes back and who they fight next to get back up in the ranks. So yeah. Congrats to Gervonta Davis. He's he sort of set the level again for that boxing weight division. But having the stipulation in the contracts of like no rehydration clauses and all that sort of stuff, I don't know, maybe run the fight back and go, all right, let's run it at each other's sort of pace. So if someone wants to rehydrate, someone doesn't, let them go. So yeah, well, I suppose just see where that ends up, and I'll be keen to watch the next fight in the future. Someone also sent in what I thought about TJ and Mac's video last week of Blake rolling the ute. Now, buddy, Team Lid Skids. It seems to be the popular choice of if you want followers on Instagram or TikTok, go roll your ute and you'll get famous like Pooley. But no, I don't think that was the case on this one. It's just unlucky. It was where the track was, and Jesus, like, come out of the bang, just doing what everyone would do. I think he clipped a tree or something, and it's just momentum, perfect angle, and it's just popped him on his side. So if I know anything about Blakey, I've only met him a few times. He's gonna probably pull that ute right apart, which I'm pretty sure he's doing at the moment if he's not sitting on Fraser, but he'll be pulling that thing apart. I won't be surprised if he gets a wild bloody spray job on it. And I think he's already sold his tray, so he's going to be doing tray build, probably bar work, a bit of everything. So that'd be one thing I'd be looking forward to go check out Blake's Instagram. I think it's Blake's_coiled79. So go show him some love. And if you've heard from him on the podcast, then let him know you're from the podcast, because Blake and Maddie, they'd be two boys I'd be really keen to have on here and chat to, and they know that. So, even the whole I might go over the whole Tassie episode. They were 4 or 5 episodes they did down in Tassie, and holy hell, the boys. First off, props to TJ, and I think Troy were down there for their filming, their editing. It's second to none. Like, no one in Australia is even close to TJ's skill of editing. Like, it's just insane. So, the man knows what he's doing with the editing and the filming, everything like that. So good on him. And all the boys that were down there and made that trip, it was entertaining. Like, all the skits they were doing, just keeping it like the attention that people would have had on that video. Like, I know I was sitting there midweek just watching it. I was like, man, this is good. Like, those boys are doing something for the community that it's bringing up everyone's spirits, and like the way that those boys are, like even Mac, he's just such a people person as well. And it's good to see that there's some positive stuff to be done in the industries, and I don't know, around 4 driving, YouTube, whatever it might be. So keen to see more of it. We love seeing it. It's, if people are watching videos like that and they're getting the satisfaction where, it's helping someone for that week, right? Those boys need to be proud of it. Like, I know they see the messages of it that they share online, that week someone was having a downer and it's helped them. And that's what I sort of hope to achieve too. Like, it's not wait to speak, guys. Mate, talk to your mates, ask them if they're okay. And yeah, like everyone's looking for their value of how do you, what's going to make your week different? What's your escape from if you're feeling shit? What are you going to go to? And, I hope someone can be sitting here listening to the podcast one day and flick me a message and you go, I've had a really bad week. And like, I have them too, guys. sometimes you just got to go to your best mate, talk to him, and just say, look, I'm not okay. And maybe that's where you got to start it. It's not asking your mate if they're okay, but just tell them that you're not okay and you want to talk, or you don't even have to talk about it, but just let them know that you're not doing well, because they'll keep checking up on you, and they will. So, head noise is real, guys. So whether you're a male, female, in a trade, doing anything, it affects everyone. This weekend, I actually had a big event with a few of the boys in Yandina. It was the annual tour to Fridge. Jesus, like, everyone's dressed up. We're riding pushes around. We're getting drunk. It's a hell of a weekend. We do it every year for a mate's birthday. So, sort of like an event that, once a year, everyone gets together, has a big event, and bloody hell, what a night it was. So, I think it started about 8 o'clock-ish in the morning, just getting on the beers, going to the pub, riding BMX tracks and pushes around town, then ended up at one of the boys' house, and, it was a good day. Bloody, there was darts there and drinking games and people jumping bikes and bonfire and utes getting revved up, and, it was bloody good. So we loved it. And then, yesterday we went down with a few of the boys to their shed, and you'll probably see the reels. We were hooking around with a piss bus in his ute, and we've always had this idea. We're like, I wonder if we could get his back wheel, his front wheel flexed up on the back of my tray. And look, anyone that's seen my ute, they know it's a bloody tall ute. So we were impressed. We nearly got it up there, but slipping on the gravel, it was just unlucky. So I reckon if we get a bit of concrete, we'll be able to get that ute up on top of the tray. And I don't know, we're just spontaneous mates having a bit of fun. And then, at the boys' shed, there's a little sort of, I don't know, like gutter mound. And jumping that in the ute, sort of hitting it, jumping, doing a donut, and then come back again the other way. It was fun. So, the boys had a good RV out there. And, might have got in a little bit of trouble, but respect the property and look after it. And we were good, all sorted, and everyone was smiling after it. So, there wasn't really too much other stuff this week. I did get sent a video of a off-duty police officer headbutting someone in Derby. I mean, Jesus, guys, like, why are people giving police shit? So, look, I had a big conversation with a mate the other day, and it was just a bit of feedback from, police officers cop a lot of flack, and I'm probably haven't been the best in the past for giving them the best rap either. But look, guys, there's a lot of different branches of police, and I don't think a lot of people understand what they're going through, and there's always different perspectives of it. But you got to understand that these guys, 1 minute they've probably just come from a job where they've cleaned someone up off the street, or they've come from a domestic violence case, or they've just dealt with a lot of shit for the day, and then all of a sudden they've just caught you speeding through a bloody intersection or bloody drag racing or hooning, or who knows what it'd be, drunk driving, drug driving. It's they've got such a tough job, and look, we probably don't give them the credit they deserve. Even though, look, the 4-wheel drive industry, we do have a bit of a bad rap around us for illegal cars and all that sort of stuff, and defect cars and people doing the wrong thing, hooning and skidding on beaches. The minority of people that are doing the wrong thing, it puts the majority of us down. And look, for the minority that do the wrong thing and the majority that are good, the majority of us get circleized, and a lot of people just go, oh, it's the police's fault. They're fucking pigs, dogs, whatever it is. It's not like that. And I don't know, I think we've got to start showing a bit more respect. Like this off-duty officer in Derby, you see the couple of videos that I saw, and there's these 14-year-old kids basically antagonising, going, you don't have a badge, what are you going to do, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, come on, boys, like, if he did have a badge on, what are you going to do? If he was on duty, you're not going to do the same thing, but because you've recognised him, he's out drinking and he's vulnerable, now you've decided to have a go at him and film him and put him online. Like, these fucking underage kids are just causing trouble, and there's, like, when are they going to be held responsible for the shit they're doing? Like they're stealing cars and all that sort of stuff. And I don't know. I think in the future, I'm going to try and make a bigger effort to, see both sides of where police come from, because it is a very big, like, thankless job. Like, no one asked to go out in the line of duty and be facing, there could be a standoff or whatnot, and they could be walking up to a random car at the wrong time or into the randomest house and dealing with shit that you do not know. Like, so, yeah, look, I haven't had the best run-ins with police before, and I've also had some amazing run-ins with police. Like, some of the officers that I've had pull me over, they could be your best mate. Like, they'd sit there, they'd chat, they'd have a yarn. At the end of the day, they're doing their job, and we're all there to do our job and go home. And, yeah, whether it's see your family, see your pets, go home, see your mates. Look, at the end of the day, we can't do that with people being idiots. So, no, yeah, it's a tough one. I'd love to go into a bit more detail on it, maybe with someone that I could bounce ideas off and jump on. It'd be interesting to get someone on that side of the fence to hop online or on the phone or on the pod and talk about it, because, there's always a different side to a story. So, yeah, a bit unfortunate to see what happened out at Derby. I don't know what consequences will be there, but, yeah, I suppose if anything happens, send it in. We'll talk about it. But, yeah. Yes. Another one that was sort of mentioned through the week was people sort of mentioned to me like, oh, why do you have so many ambassadors or sponsors, or who you don't work with this, and like, the typical word like of sellout. Like, look, I've got a few ambassadors. I'm trying not to push them too much anymore. Of course, we've got Hamptons and LJ Fab. They're a sponsor of the podcast now, which is really helping out. Hamptons is just, he's got a few logos organised for me at the moment just to update and change them, but going to keep the original sort of look of the beach palm tree theme. Those just little things help where, trying to kick things off, it's just a little bit extra money I can put back into the setup and try and eventually get a studio sort of type together. LJ Fab, look, we're looking into a new tray design and everything at the moment. Not exactly sure when that's going to happen, but I want to let Luke do it in his own time. He's a very busy man over there, so no, those guys help out with podcast heaps. But look, ambassador wise, there's a few out there that I'm with. I've sort of cut back on all the ambassador posts and trying to jam them down everyone's throat. Like, it's hard. I do go into it a little bit with the next episode you'll hear. So I actually just filmed it with our guest, and we go into it, and these episodes will be flipped around. So we went into it a little bit more in detail with two of us sitting there talking, and it's hard because if I've got an ambassador and I'm making a 10% revenue of a purchase, it's hard not to want to push it out there as much as I can, but I don't want to have all my content pushing an ambassador. And it is hard because sometimes an ambassador post is you get a product and it might be one or two posts, and that's all that's in the agreement for signing up and being part. But that, that code might be running for 3 months, a year, 6 months, who knows what it is. So it's hard not to if, like, I've got Too Savage on there and, I'm just running their sunnies. If someone uses the code, they're all in the link tree thing in the bio. No, I don't have an OnlyFans, you dirty bastards. But if I did, I know there'd be some freaky people out there, and that ain't happening. Trust me, it's probably out there already. But no, I put everything in a link tree. Like, I've got, I'll try and list a few of them off the top of my head. We've got Too Savage sunglasses. I got wet sacks, the dry bags that Jamie Vogler designed and made. Look, I use wet sack absolutely bloody everywhere, and like, I use it for an esky on bike rides, and take it on the boat and keep like a towel and sunnies and phone, keys, wallet, everything in there, and don't have to worry about it. Sort of floats. I don't know how much I trust it floating, but yeah, it does the job. Besides those two, I've got bush stuff there. Don't really pump out too much of the bush stuff stuff, but there's boys that have used the code, so I do appreciate it. And so there's bush stuff lighting. There's Explore Oz. Been with him for a while now. He does a bit of everything. He did all my underbody protection, like on the ute, the head unit, just stuff like that. So that's another one to check out. If I'm thinking off the top of my head, I actually don't even bloody know who else is on there because I'm bloody shocking at this stuff. But Outback Equipment, I've got to link them with like as an affiliate sort of thing. And always happy to take on someone else. And like there's Hide Country with them now, and they've just got like met them sort of through the rodeo scene, and they've got some really nice hats that I wear all the time, and a couple of good shirts, and I love to support a brand that's happy to support me too. So those sort of small little incomes, whether they do or don't come through my end, look, I'm happy to help everyone out and produce a code there that people use. So if it's there, I don't want to push it down everyone's throat, but look, going to do my best to help the companies that have helped me, whether it's a bit of products or cheaper products or something like that. And so, I respect all the help I can get. And at the end of the day, it's everyone sharing, liking a post, like commenting, following, all that sort of stuff. It sounds stupid and cliche because everyone always says it, but every time someone's liking a video, it puts it into an algorithm, like commenting, sharing it, following the Spotifys and the subscribing to the YouTubes. Every time someone does that, it helps. And it may not feel like much, but it doesn't go unnoticed, and that's what people really respect. So, all these guys that have hundreds of thousands of subscribers and followers and all this sort of stuff, they all started at zero. Like everyone started at zero, and sometimes people get a really good run of, they might get some good followers or good content or good videos, and just be respectful of where everyone's coming from too. So, I don't know what else I can really ramble on about this week. I don't want to bust your ears too much, but no. All I want to say is maybe jump over and check out the socials, check out Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. We're trying to get clips. I'm going to sort out a clips page. We're going to start filming, I believe, in the next few episodes. A couple of massive guests coming on. So I really don't want to disappoint with those guests. And guys, when you hear about some of these guests, like, mate, these people will know who they are. And honestly, I'm a bit surprised that they're taking their time out of their week to come see me to film a podcast. Might only be an hour and a half long, but it's, like some of the mates that I've made in this industry are incredible people. So going to look into getting just a few episodes banked up. Like, want to have, like, when I want to go away, I don't know if I'm going to take the podcast set up with me. So we'll see what happens there. But anyway, I'm going to probably finish this one off here. It's going to be a really quick episode. I think we're probably close to 30 minutes now. We're pushing it. But yeah, look, guys, appreciate all the support. As always, send us a screenshot, tag us on your socials. And for everyone that's tagging us on socials and that, we're going to work out a way where, like, best call each week if we do call-ins, or, best suggestion or question, whoever's tagging and that, you're all going to be entered into a giveaway thing when we get that organised. Like, I want to get the merchandise and stuff sorted. There's been a few requests for that. Not exactly sure. So, but we might go into that into the future when I can get it organised. So, Look, to follow the ending off, guys, look, Anzac Day is today. This is when this episode will be released. So, look, I'm sure everyone's gone to the dawn service. This will be out purposely after the dawn service. I won't have it uploading and dinging people's phones halfway through. So it'll probably come out 8, 9 o'clock on that morning. So, look, hope everyone's gone down to the dawn service, pay their respects, and, we're in this fine country with a bit of freedom because of those blokes and the soldiers that went overseas. So, yeah, it's one day of the year that you got to get up early, guys. So, look, yeah. All right. I'm going to not blabble on for any much longer, but I appreciate everyone, and I'll talk to you in the next episode. Thank you very much, legends, and goodbye. You. Shake it back! I think that's how we're ending the episodes now. So, yow.